Greetings, Binks, and welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, where we will be continuing in the 5th case of the game. What's it called again? The Resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe, which is the final chapter of the game. And we started that in the last episode, and it's a continuation of case 4, so we are still defending Barak Van Zieks, and but now we still now we have our good old judge has been replaced by Strongheart of all people. Great. Anyway, let's continue on. The Reaper's Notebook. Yeah, this notebook does have a load of stuff about what the Reaper got up to these past 10 years. Names of victims, dates and places and stuff. And the last entry in there was October 31st. It said grouse for the place on that date, and then the name of the mark. There was a note about him being a criminal what got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or something. But honest, the boss didn't do none of it. He was just investigating the Reaper, that's all. Aw, Gina. So naive.
Keep personal opinion out of your testimony, witness. We require only established fact here.
This must be so hard for her.
You can't deny it now, surely, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What can't I deny?
The notebook contained the name of the final mark and the location where the assassination would take place. That's information that the victim could only have known if he was working with the Reaper.
Ah!
So, who was to be this final mark?
Go ahead, Inspector
Oh, wrong voice. Go ahead, Inspector Lestrade. Read the name for the court. The name that's written alongside the entry that mentions the grouse on October 31st.
How do you read this then? Reading's still not her strong suit. That ain't the problem, alright, Otto? It's a funny name. That ain't English. It's hard to read. It's Japanese then, yeah. So it's someone from overseas. Let me have a bash at it. Seishiro? Is it? Yeah. Seishiro. Jig Oak Ooh? Maybe? Yep. What? It can't be. Seishiro Giro Jigoku. If that's Judge Jigoku.
Seishiro Jigoku. Certainly not an English name, you're right.
Objection!
But that can't be right. I know Judge Jigoku, and I saw him the day before yesterday, here in London. So I know for a fact that the man hasn't been assassinated.
As I said, the Reaper failed.
Oh.
Gregson missed his chance to kill his mark and return to British shores. But the Reaper wouldn't tolerate the mistake, so he killed the inspector personally. The Reaper, of course, being the accused, Barak Van Zieks. It's an undeniably logical argument.
Kazuma, you planned for the trial to go this way all along, didn't you?
Hold it!
Oh? That was Van Zieks, right? Yeah. Oh, where'd you get that wine from? Oh, the leg is back! Oh my god, how do you even... Aren't you a prisoner, sir?
Damn! He's like, I haven't done the leg in a while. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice whilst I stand accused of murder.
Lord Van Zieks, why are you doing this right now? Looks weird. You have to act completely different when you're on trial. Why are you doing this?
The accused has no right to speak uninvited in court. You will return to the dock. I say nothing of whether or not I'm the Reaper. That's the task of this court to decide. But there is one thing I can say unequivocally. That girl is no detective.
Okay. Why are you calling her out right now? What? No, that's right. I'm an inspector.
Repeating rumors heard around the yard. Reading entries from a notebook of unconfirmed origin. That's not testimony, it's practically a script. No doubt the rest of this trial will go exactly as you clearly planned. Your hatred of me is understandable. In your mind, I'm sure I am the Reaper who sent your father to the gallows all those years ago.
Oh, confrontation.
But you're in danger of becoming a far more sinister Reaper yourself. By attempting to have me condemned with this feeble excuse for testimony.
Oh, damn. Throwing shade at Kazuma.
What did you say?
Mr. Naruhodo, this is our chance. Lord, the defense requests that the defendant be allowed to speak. He may be privy to important information relating to the testimony just given by the witness. You think he's gonna let us? This jerk?
Very well, I'll make an exception and grant the request.
Really?
The defendant may remain in the witness stand for the cross-examination. Then allow me to toast the court's impartiality, which is a joke, but sure. Don't raise your glass in my direction, sir. Counsel for the defense, begin the cross-examination immediately.
He's like, well, I had to raise a glass because otherwise I would raise something else entirely. Sticks up middle finger. Oh. At once, my lord. Everybody getting sassy up in here. Love it. Give me all the sass. Okay. Are we gonna be... No, how do I forgot how I look around. How do I look around? I guess I can't right now. How do I talk to him? Oh, I think I have to press first?
Hold it!
In other words, it shows that Gregson was basically acting as the Reaper. Not you and all. That ain't the only explanation, is it? Do you have anything to say?
Excuse me!
Revenziques.
Let me guess, is there something about the witness's last statement that troubles me? Is that what you wish to ask?
Yes, exactly. You're very perceptive.
Whereas you would appear not to be.
Huh?
You really need to learn how to read your fellow man, my Nipponese friend.
Read them or reap them.
I just wanted to see. Okay. Let me go back.
Hold it!
Maybe something will pop up, but I don't know. Rickson. You know. He could have been investigating the Reaper in secret, and that notebook said what he found out. There we go.
If I may. When originally people began referring to me as the Reaper, I didn't object. I believed the power to intimidate London's criminal classes into compliance with the law to be beneficial.
But you carried out your own investigations into the true identity of the Reaper, didn't you?
Yes, and those investigations proved conclusively that Gregson was one arm of the Reaper.
One arm? What are you on about?
The Reaper's victims were all extremely shrewd criminals at the top of their game. There's simply no way one person could have taken them on alone. The Reaper is an organization.
With you at its head?
I had spies at the yard, keeping me abreast of Gregson's movements, letting me know when he was elsewhere. So I'd been able to check the most recent entry in his book. I knew the location.
You knew it said grouse.
Believing it to be a reference to the Gentleman's Club, I went there on the day in question to investigate, alone.
Ah, so that explains why several members of the club claim to have seen you there.
But of course, the inspector was not there.
Because at the time he was making his way to the steamship docked on the northern coast of France, and shown with a passport found in the victim's metal trunk.
Very well then, back to your testimony about the contents of this notebook.
Did we say that we found the passport inside the trunk? I don't remember. I don't know why right now it just, I was like, wait a minute, did we say that? Whatever. Back to your testimony about the contents of this notebook. Okay. Fine. Is something wrong, Mr. Nadahodo? You seemed a little shocked by something. Okay, so was it not just me? Did me and Naruhodo both have that moment of, wait a minute, I don't think we said that we got the passport out of the trunk, right? We just presented it. We didn't say where we found it. That's an interesting detail. You seemed a little shocked by something a moment ago.
Oh, no, it's alright. I'm overthinking this, aren't I?
Oh no. No, why? Kazuma, why? Why do you know that? This is not good. What does this mean? How is this important? Kazuma... I'm trying to remember the timing. Oh, it's been a while, so... I think Kazuma was missing after the events of the last case, in case 3. He left the courtroom after he cut his father's wax figure. And then he went missing for, I don't know how long he was missing for. Was it like a couple days or something? And then he suddenly appeared at the prosecutor's office and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take the case. This feels weird. I'm worried now. I'm really, really worried now? Holy crap. Please, no. That would kill me, you guys. There's no way, right? There's no way that Kazuma killed Gregson. I don't think he would be a murderer. But he has a lot on his plate and, you know, he's angry and... I don't know. I have such a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I think so does Ryunosuke, and we're both like kind of panicking internally right now. Oh, please, no. Kazuma, there's no way. There's no way, right? There's no way. I finally was kind of like calming down, like, oh, Mikotoba, there's no way he's a bad guy. And now I'm like, Kazuma, no. Okay, need the panic to go away. Please, no. Okay, the names of victims, blah, blah, blah.
Hold it!
Names of victims, dates, places, and stuff? What in particular? Well, besides the victims' names, they saw the name kept cropping up. What other name was that? It's the one I told you yesterday. The same name written over and over again. You mean... Assassin? Yeah, that's the one. She's a friend of yours or something, isn't she? Were you even listening yesterday? She's a freaking assassin. She's evil.
Assertion. The assassin.
What? Like, a killer, you mean?
Gregson was the tactician. The one who came up with the plan of attack. He investigated the marks thoroughly, finding out when they would be vulnerable and who to use to get at them.
It's funny because Gregson, this whole 2 games, has been portraying like our typical inspector detective friend who's just like begrudgingly helping us and kind of like not the smartest guy, but not super dumb either. But, you know, like, he didn't seem like he was that smart to be a tactician, right? But clearly he was hiding that side of him. He was very, very slick of him to be doing that. Like, we saw, like, a little hint of it in, what was it, the last case of the first game? That he was keeping that secret about the discs and all this other stuff. So we were like, oh, Gregson, you got some shadiness to you, don't you? But we kind of like forgave him and moved past it. Because we're like, oh, he's just doing his job. But we should have been a little more sus of him after that. We should have like held on to that suspicion. I don't know. Just kind of moved on and forgot about it just because he was being so sweet with Gina. You know, being her like mentor / father figure that we kind of just like, maybe he's redeemed himself or whatever. He's not a bad guy, you know? Dang. Plus, I think what throws me off too, and it's kind of not fair, seeing this picture got me all emotional thinking, oh, he's such a sweet guy. He really cares about Van Zieks and his brother. And that's why I was really hoping and thinking that that's what it was, that he was trying to find the real Reaper and he was trying to help Van Zieks. But clearly this was like a freaking red herring because damn, was this a lie? Like, dude, what the hell? That's just awful. You know? I don't know. It's just messed up.
But the person actually executing his plans was someone else, you're saying? If that's true, then the Reaper does indeed start to sound like an organized group of vigilantes.
Then perhaps what is said on the passport document. Permission for the applicant and 1 additional person to travel. Could that additional person have been...
Clearly the assassin, who was meant to take Seishiro Jigoku's life.
Ah! The pleh is back. Why? Why is the pleh back? Gina, can you confirm that? Against the final entry that listed Grouse and Seishiro Jigoku. What name was written? Oh, well, that's the only entry that didn't have a name next to it, as it happens. Oh, how convenient. What? It just had like a question mark or something there, I think.
In other words, Gregson himself didn't know the identity of the assassin in that case. But Gregson was the one making the plans, was he not?
Oh, how infuriating. A nameless assassin? I don't know, man. I'm getting bad feeling. Okay.
Hold it!
At least the plant is gone. And you're saying that the mark listed was Seishiro Jigoku. That's what I said. Funny name if you ask me. Rude. And I thought your name was odd. So pleased to have lost my crown there.
Mr. Jigoku is the presiding judge of Japan's Supreme Court of Judicature. I remember the man. He came to our country as a visiting student 16 years ago, studying international law and diplomacy under your tutelage, Lord Strongheart. That bearded young fellow was a very able man, I must say.
So Lord Strongheart was Judge Jigoku's mentor. And they're both shady as hell. But he was willing to kill Judge Jigoku, so maybe Jigoku's not that bad. I don't know, man. I'm confused.
If I'm not mistaken, he returned to Japan 10 years ago now.
10 years ago, after that fateful case.
Precisely. In the aftermath of the professor case, his repatriation was organized immediately. It's a mystery why such a man would be listed in the inspector's notebook.
I didn't think it was possible, but the mutiny's got even worse now. Maybe I'll just keep talking. Note about him being a criminal, got away. That's the weird part. How was he a criminal that got away? I know that he got in trouble for trying to defend Kazuma's father, but I thought they put him in jail or whatever, but then they let him go. So
Hold it!
what do you mean a criminal? Judge Jigoku is no criminal. What don't ask me? I don't know nothing about it. Oh, do you remember what Father told us? That Judge Jigoku did once appear in court here in Britain. It was related to the professor case, I'm sure. Yes, of course, you're right.
Seishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took to the stand to testify. But he got a little carried away and, actually managed to break the witness stand.
And they're gonna kill him just for that? Oh, that's right.
He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire, for which he was charged.
Yeah, they would hold that against him.
It was a pitiful situation, yes. I had forgotten all about it. But I prosecuted the trial too, as it happens.
You did?
It was considered to be an adjunct to the professor proceedings, you see. But he was acquitted after being told to make reparation for the damage caused to the stand.
And there you have it.
Of what? Surely the accused hasn't forgotten his own rule? That there's no saving anyone who faces the Reaper in court, guilty or innocent alike.
Ah. So technically, because he went up against him, and now that he was coming back to Japan, I see. Damn. So that's the only reason then. Because he went up against him. That's why they're going after him. That's ridiculous. Doesn't matter how many years ago. Guilty or innocent, like they said. Why do they do that? That is so crazy. And why is Gina still alive? Is it really just because Gregson was protecting her? That's my question. What? No! Are you suggesting that the reason Judge Jigoku was targeted for assassination?
The man was sent back to Japan immediately after that trial. The Reaper had no time to do his work. But then, 10 years later, the mark returns to Britain once more.
That is ridiculous. Like, damn.
Perhaps now you start to see just how vindictive the Reaper is.
Come on, that's absurd. To take someone's life for that?
Isn't the whole premise of the Reaper absurd? Killing those who have been found innocent? Clearly the rules by which the man operates are beyond a sane person's comprehension.
But... Objection! Right, I've had just about enough of this.
Gina.
All this nonsense about the boss planning to kill people. It's cobblers. Come on, Otto.
Yes?
Why aren't you saying nothing? Why ain't you yelling out objection or something?
What?
Oh, Gina. Somebody get her off the stand. She really is not doing too well mentally. You've got to find a flaw. You do usually. Someone's lying here. No question. You gotta work out who it is. Please. For the boss. I mean, Gina's the biggest question, you know?
That outburst was an insult to the court and to your own testimony. I might have known that a common pickpocket from the back slums couldn't make a detective.
Oh, shut up, you jerk.
When this trial is over, you will forfeit your warrant card, Miss Lestrade. Is that clear?
I've had it with the lot of you. It's lies every bleeding place you look in this world, isn't it? Well, I've had enough. Gina.
So have I. After that little speech of Gina's, I've made up my mind.
To do what, Mr. Nedahodo?
There was one point in this cross-examination, and something that was said just didn't sit right with me. One statement that seemed odd.
Oh, do you mean...
I'm not going to let Gina's plea for help fall on deaf ears.
Come on, Otto, help. You've got to find a flaw somewhere.
Hold it!
I want to thank you, Gina. You've helped me find my resolve.
Hey. Huh?
What do you mean? Amongst everything we've heard during this cross-examination, there's one thing.
Oh, good. I thought we were gonna have to go back and find... Because I couldn't remember which one it was. It's that moment, that reaction that me and him both were like, wait a minute, about Kazuma. Oh no.
That defies explanation. One inconsistency. What? An inconsistency?
Really, Otto?
I don't quite know what it means yet, but... Yes,
There's an inconsistency in something that was said by... Something that was said? Did he say something? I know he's acting shady. I guess he said it, right? He was the one who said it. Because how did he know? I guess it's this. Damn. Kazuma, no.
Take that!
Oh my god, I'm right. No! Kazuma, why? What is going on? I don't like this. But you, Kazuma Asogi.
Me? Is this some attempt at filibustering, Counsel? Prosecutor Sogi has given no testimony. What are you suggesting I said that was inconsistent?
You let something slip that you shouldn't have. He's angry pout. Hands on hips. He's like, no, Kazuma, I'm so disappointed in you. When I present the relevant piece of evidence, I imagine you'll realize what you've done.
Very well then, Counsel. Go ahead. What evidence reveals this alleged inconsistency?
Is it the trunk itself or the passport? I feel like it's the trunk because he didn't know it was in the trunk. Right?
Take that!
This is a trunk. Yeah, we haven't even talked about it, so dude, come on now. Is a trunk that belonged to Inspector Gregson.
A metal construction, isn't? It's certainly very heavy. What's this? A blood stain? And a relatively fresh one, too.
Kazuma. What? Wait, you mean that ain't grease from all the boss's fish and chips?
Fresh blood on the inspector's trunk. That suggests that the victim was traveling with that luggage when he was killed. That can't be. There was no mention of any trunk in Scotland Yard's report.
Ah, thanks, Strongheart. That helps me out a lot. Yes, there's a reason for that. Immediately after the inspector's body was discovered, one of the street peddlers made off with the trunk, hoping to sell it. But I found it. Me, with me nose for trouble. She does come in handy, though. She's helped us a lot. So even though she's not the smartest, she is good at finding useful clues. So, gotta give her that. Let her find the stuff for us and we'll figure it out after that, you know? We'll put the pieces together. Which means that nobody should have known anything about the trunk. Unless, of course, we're talking about somebody who was present when the victim was killed. Oh no, no! I don't know if I can continue. I'm so upset. No! This is too early in case 5 for this, but like, no, right? No! Kazuma. Kazuma. There better be a damn good explanation for this, because I'm freaking, like, about to have a heart attack. I'm literally about to have a heart attack. Kazuma. Yeah, you know your goose is cooked, Bo. No, no. And yet, during the cross-examination of the witness just now, you said this, Kazuma. Because at the time he was making his way to the steamship docked on the northern coast of France, as shown by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. So the question is, how did you know about the inspector's trunk? We know the man went on a trip to France. Where else would he have put his passport? Oh, come on.
Objection!
But you knew it was a metal trunk. Answer me honestly, Kazuma. On October 31st, where exactly were you?
At the port of Dunkirk, on board the SS Grouse. Is that the answer you're looking for, Ryunosuke?
Damn it. Damn it. Why were you there? Were you the other person? Were you the assassin? But why? What is going on? I thought... I'm so... No! You hate Van Zeeks. Why would you be going after... Why? I guess this is part of what, the shady stuff that you have to do because you're working for the Reaper, which is Strongheart? I don't know, man. I don't know. And clearly you didn't kill anyone. In fact, it seems like you prevented the killing from happening, because that's why you were so clear on, like, oh, he failed his mission. You know, because you helped it fail. Because you didn't want to kill Jigoku. But you went all the way there, and I guess you had to change a heart or whatever. Dude, did you end up killing him instead? What is going on? But then how did... I don't know. I'm really upset right now. Kazuma, what did you... I hadn't considered the possibility before, but... if Kazuma was there on the ship, then... it can only have been for one purpose. Oh no! Mr. Naruhodo, surely you don't think...
Come on, Ryunosuke. You know the rules. The only thing that really talks in the courtroom is hard evidence.
No, you're making me take you down. No, this is awful. Ugh, this feels so Danganronpa right now. This feels really Danganronpa. I don't like any of this. I hate this. Ugh, this hurts.
As I understand it, Inspector Gregson always took that case with him when he traveled.
I mean, I guess we could solve Gregson's murder and then we have to, like, still figure out, like, the professor stuff? Oh, I don't know. This is... yeah.
Always took that case with him when he traveled. So as it stands, you've proved nothing.
Kazuma, are you challenging me to prove it beyond all reasonable doubt? That you were there that day, in the same place as the inspector?
He was there with Gregson.
There's a clue that you've overlooked. A secret that Trunk can tell us. Can't be sure at this point. I'll need to verify it. But I have a nasty feeling that I'm going to be right.
The accusation being made is deeply disturbing, but nevertheless we must test it. The defense will identify for the court where in the trunk this alleged clue is to be found.
Oh no. Kazuma has 2 swords, you guys. You have 2 swords. Is that a piece of your sword? You better not have used your precious one to do this either. You could have used your other one. Oh no.
Where is the evidence that ties Prosecutor Asogi to Inspector Gregson?
It's right here. Freaking... I'm so upset. See this huge gash.
Got it!
This is your proof? What do you say to that, Prosecutor Sogi?
Personally,
I think tying the defense counsel to the inspector's trunk and tossing it into the sea would be more helpful.
oh, come on. What?
At least that way, London's courtrooms will be safe from his destructive accusations.
I believe that was a rather long-winded way of telling you that you're wrong, Mr. Naruhodo.
Very well, then let us see if you sink or swim under the weight of this penalty.
Oh, come on. Okay, how do I... I was hoping to never let that happen, funnily enough. Okay. How do I... The tip. How do I... Do I have to get it to open? Let me get it to open. Ugh, I guess I have to actually look at the tip. You see that? There's something stuck in the side of the trunk there. It's glinting. It's like a fragment of metal of some sort, but it's wedged in so tightly I can't remove it. Don't cut yourself, you better leave it. Okay, now, maybe?
Got it!
Yeah, okay. Y'all gonna be picky. Sometimes it's those little moments where you gotta present something like that that I'm like, no, I hate those moments. There's a small piece of metal lodged in the wall of the trunk here, like the tip of a blade. Eh? A blade? Kazuma, slung around your waist as ever today, is the esteemed blade, Karuma. And another blade, but no, you just had to use Karuma.
Of course it is.
Won't you draw it? Here, in this courtroom, for all to see.
Oh, shoot. Exercise caution, my learned friend. That man is the son of London's most notorious killer. Bailiff! Watch Prosecutor Asogi like a hawk. That won't be necessary.
Oh no! The tip is broken. Just the tip! Okay, sorry. No, Kazuma. If the fragment of metal from the trunk fits together with the end of the sword, the question of who was there with Inspector Gregson will be answered. Agreed, Kazuma Asogi.
Expertly done, Reinosuke. That's a point to you, and well deserved.
Damn. Damn.
Do you mean to tell the court, Prosecutor Asogi? Yes. On October 31st, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk in order to carry out a mission.
So the additional person authorized to travel
Was me. And the mission was the assassination of the Mark.
What? You knew, but you didn't want to hear that. You mean you're the killer whose name was omitted from this notebook? You were following the Reaper's orders to dispatch Judge Jigoku.
Let me make one thing perfectly clear. I have killed no one. Explain. I accepted the assassination mission, yes, and I accompanied Gregson to Dunkirk. But I never had any intention of carrying out the plan.
You were never going to do it?
You can believe Kazuma-sama.
I'm sure. After all, Judge Jigoku arrived safely in London the following day.
Strongheart's gonna be pissed to hear all this. On the 31st, I boarded a train from London with Inspector Gregson. We traveled to Dover, from where we crossed the Channel to Dunkirk. Then we boarded the SS Grouse and made for the cabin deck, as indicated in the plan.
You went to Judge Jigoku's cabin.
Exactly. He wasn't there, though. We decided to wait, but
You've already told us you had no intention of going through with it anyway.
I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life. So I left Gregson and disembarked the ship. I spent that night at a boarding house in the town, and returned to England the following morning.
A boarding house in Dunkirk?
My signature will be in the register book. It would be simple enough to verify. Then, what became of Jigoku? Gregson was no assassin, so the mark was spared. I'm sure it's easy enough to imagine what happened after that. Gregson returned to England as well, having failed to complete the mission. He met with the Reaper in that room on Fresno Street to report the failure, causing the infuriated mastermind to pull the trigger and end his wretched agent's life. That's the real truth behind Inspector Gregson's murder.
Objection!
But if you did nothing, as you claim, how did the tip of your sword come to be lodged in the inspector's trunk, right? I don't need to answer that.
No, Kazuma, that just makes you look shady as hell, bro.
The victim was killed by a gunshot. A small fragment of a Japanese blade isn't relevant to the case. And accordingly, I choose to exercise my right to silence on that matter. Be that as it may, the court will sequester the sword as evidence. As you wish, my lord.
Damn. And you're not... Are you gonna kick him off from being a prosecutor in this case? Because this is effed up, bro. This is so bad.
We must take immediate action now to verify whether Seishiro Jigoku remains unharmed.
What? Remains unharmed. He's missing. That's the problem.
I agree. That should be our first priority. It's recently come to my attention that he hasn't been seen since yesterday.
How did you...
When a foreign dignitary invited to Great Britain goes missing for 24 hours, it's only natural that the question of his safety should arise.
You don't mean to say that you think Judge Jigoku may have been killed?
The Reaper has more than one assassin at his disposal, and he has the power and influence to give orders from the inside of a prison cell. Isn't that right, Lord Van Zeeks? If I were truly the Reaper, I'd be able to tell you. Order, order in court, order! We will take an emergency recess for 30 minutes.
Now?
Guests of the symposium have been told to maintain regular contact with the organizer's office. If the man can't be located within half an hour, we will have to assume the worst.
Oh no, not Judge Jigoku.
No one would want to kill a harmless Japanese man who'd only just arrived in the country. Except, that is. For the Reaper, wanting to finish off a mark that slipped through the net 10 years ago. I would have to agree. Mr. Nadahodo, for the defense's sake. My lord. I sincerely hope we are successful.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are letting Kazuma get away with this, and y'all are saying if Jigoku's not found, that we're just gonna be like, oh yeah, he's guilty. That's it. This is ridiculous. Ugh.
If we're unable to confirm Mr. Jigoku's healthy existence, in the next 30 minutes, you will face grave difficulties. Court is adjourned for 30 minutes.
Are we to be continued? Damn. Kazuma-sama, the Reaper's assassin? I feel as though I'm in a nightmare.
I can hardly believe it either, but on the other hand, Kazuma isn't in the habit of making up stories.
This is bad. I have such a terrible sense of foreboding. If something awful has happened to Judge Jigoku, then I feel as though things will only spiral further and further out of control.
I felt it from the moment I stepped into the courthouse this morning. That strange sensation that we were careening towards a foregone conclusion. Well, in the worst case, we might only have 30 minutes left. Unfortunately, though, I don't think there's anything we can do but wait now. We're out of options.
Are we, though? Actually, there may be one last hand we can play. Yeah. We can ask for help from Sherlock, right? Although, I don't know, because didn't Iris say that she hadn't seen him? But maybe pulling on that bunny ears will let us summon him? Sherlock, help! Help us find Jigoku in 30 minutes. I don't know if he can, but that's like, Jesus, that's crazy. Or rather, one last ear.
Of course. The little Mr. Holmes doll that Iris gave us.
Yes. Don't need to see those again, but sure. We're completely out of options. Help! Help us, Sherlock!
Perhaps now is the time. What should I do? Pull Harley's ears or not?
Would we really leave it? Get a bad ending or something? That's funny. Let's pull! It's so cute.
Here goes then. I'm going to do it.
Good luck, Mr. Nadahodo.
No looking back.
Heave! Ow! What? That scream sounded like Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, where are you?
Excuse me? Where are you? You're not in the bunny. What? Shrunken little Holmes. Here, my dear fellow, here.
It's the felt doll talking.
Pull the ears again, Mr. Nadahodo, as hard as you can.
Alright then, I'll put all my strength into it. Heave!
Oh, it was actually pulling on him. Oh, because he had the iris one. That's so cute. And not realistic, but okay. That was cute. Please, my dear fellows, you don't need to pull my ear off. Okay, that technology is insane, but cool. Mr. Holmes? Where are you?
Myself and my trusty partner.
Are you guys on the ship Buria? No, you're on the... What?
are presently in the first-class cabin area of the SS Grouse.
What are the chances? Why? Why are you there? What the frick?
The SS Grouse?
Why? And it looks just like the Buria. How convenient.
She left Dover last night after the final pieces of cargo were loaded.
And it just jumps right back there. It's cute though, little iris.
We are currently docked at Dunkirk, but due to be underway again in half an hour.
You've taken a ship to France?
Please, even with my athletic prowess, I would struggle to jump the Straits of Dover. After we left Baker Street last night, we hurried by cab to the station and by train to the port, in order to board this vessel in time.
So, you mean you'd already worked it out? The steamship was where everything really took place.
Mr. Naruhodo, pray, what is my name?
Sherlock Holmes, world famous great detective.
Recited to perfection. Well done.
You're a genius, Mr. Holmes. That's the only word for it. Ouch.
Ow, 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 ow. Mr. Soto, gently with this genius's ear, please.
Oh my, I'm ever so sorry. That's really cute, though.
If I may, Holmes.
It's his lover. I mean, his partner.
Ah, there you are, Mikotoba. You may remember that it was in fact I who made the connection to the SS Grouse.
Of course. The true genius.
At Scotland Yard yesterday when we examined that notebook and I recalled my steamship ticket. But of course it was, my dear fellow. And not once did I controvert that fact, I merely had our court-bound companions utter my name. Yes, you did, didn't you?
We've just entered a recess. The trial resumes in 30 minutes from now.
And if we're unable to present any new leads then, I'm afraid to say... Do not fret, please. It's for precisely that purpose that my partner and I have made this journey. I've no doubt we shall have welcome news for you within the half hour.
Kinda weird that we're not seeing Mikotoba. Why is he off screen? Strange. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. That would be wonderful.
Until later, then.
Yes, you'll be hearing from us if you're not in touch first.
Ow, 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 ow. I shan't be hearing anything if you keep tugging my ear in that mindless fashion. Whatever was the idea behind making the receiver operated in that way in the first place, Holmes? Why the deuce would I know? It's Iris's invention, not mine.
Zephyr! So wait, are we gonna see from their point of view right now? Is that what's happening? Cause holy crap, that's insane. To see an actual like Sherlock and Watson thing going on, even though it's not Watson, it's Mikotoba, that's freaking awesome. Love it.
Whilst I know how much you enjoy being the hero of the hour, Holmes, we have but half that now before the grouse gets puts to sea again. If we don't conclude our investigations rapidly, we shall find ourselves in Naples before long. There are times, Mikotoba, when you make a surprising amount of sense. So, let us begin.
Are you serious? Are we not going to be continued?
This is crazy. First class cabin number 2. Yes, this is the one. And I don't believe an investigation of the cabin is going to be plain sailing.
Oh my god, the same dude, but his hair looks different.
That crewman standing in front of the door is an angry-looking fellow.
He looks a little different. Different ship.
Why are you loitering here? Who are you?
My dear fellow, do you not recognize a world-famous great detective when you see one? The question really ought to be, who are you?
Do you not recognize world-traveling great sailor?
Oh. Wait, why is Holmes's name on his arm? and this is not the same guy, because the other one was beef stroganoff, so this
Chicken stroganoff when you see.
love it. Chicken.
Great detective, ha, I don't think so.
Why is his name there? Looking all weird.
Do you see that, Mikatoba? It would appear that this man is a devoted follower of mine. Goodness me, is that a tattoo that says Holmes in a weird way? I must say, whilst such adoration is flattering naturally, it does leave me a little cold. What are you talking about? Leave now. How distressing. My loyal devotee knows me only by name and not by appearance. And yet, I already know a great deal about you, sir.
Oh, okay, so it's not the same guy. Well, we already knew that because of the name, so that's his brother. Okay, makes sense.
You have a brother, I believe. Like yourself, he's a shipman. Currently traveling the world aboard a Russian steamship, in fact. How could you know this?
His expressions were kind of cute.
Elementary, my dear Mikitoba. I'm sure it was. 3 days ago, I was bound for London aboard this ship, you see. Looking for one of my fellow passengers, a man by the name of Jigoku. There is no one with his name on board.
Why you look like you're like blushing?
But we know that he purchased a ticket for passage. Oh, you mean Eastern man? He left ship 2 hours ago. Here at Dunkirk, he said something about emergency, I think. What? Are you sure? So Seishi does realize that we're after him, has he?
What? What is he doing? Why would he leave? I don't understand. What is going on, Jigoku? I thought you were in trouble.
His cabin is the one behind you. We should like to investigate, please. No, I have orders not to let even mouse inside. Mikatoba, be a good man and draw the sailor's attention away, would you? Make up some excuse so that he leaves the area. Doesn't great detectives see that even sailors have ears, both left and right?
Sherlock, please.
Curses, the plan is ruined.
Sherlock, why? Why are you like this?
And you have only yourself to blame, I'm afraid, Holmes. Forget it. Cabin door is locked. Even if I am not here, you cannot get inside. Mikatoba, I'm sure you haven't forgotten my special talent, have you? Opening any lock? Within a mere 5 seconds. So if you'd be so kind as to afford me the requisite time, my old friend, in your typically accommodating manner. How could I refuse such a typically unappealing request, old friend?
Ah, married couple life.
So I need to distract that burly sailor for 5 seconds, do I? Good man. So, the game is afoot.
Hey, now I can end this episode. Great. I was like, it's going on a little too long. Alright, well thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. This is really good. I'm really upset about the whole Kazuma thing. I want to believe he didn't kill anyone, so I want to believe him. But the fact that he doesn't want to explain why there was a piece of his sword in the trunk worries me. What's going on with Jigoku? That's weird as heck to me. And the fact that we get to see now Sherlock and Mikotoba in action together from their point of view, that's pretty cool. Alright, well, anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye.